Hi, and welcome to our quick tour of Golfmaster 2001. Before we start the tour, let me spend a minute to address our design philosophy. We had four main objectives for our system: fast, reliable results, ease of use, flexibility for a broad range of event types, and cost effectiveness. We accomplished these objectives by designing a sound underlying database, implementing drag and drop features, minimizing data entry keystrokes, and designing a logical user interface. Let's look at the main menu. All the features of the product are available through buttons on the left-hand side. These include the course setup, event setup, player registration, team setup, the draw, recording of event scores, reflighting of the field, prize assignments, reports, a sponsorship list management system, a player database management system, and some basic housekeeping functionality. To begin our tour, let's look at the player database. To access the player database, press the Player Database button. On the screen, you will get a list of existing players that are currently on your database and a detailed area where you can add a new player, modify and save the changes for an existing player, or delete a player who is no longer active in your system. Next, we have the course setup feature. You can set up as many courses as you wish and as many sets of tees for each course as is required to run your events. Lastly, among the foundation processes is the housekeeping process. From here, you can perform a number of utility processes that range from importing and exporting player databases, importing membership handicap indexes or factors, importing an entire team event, to setting up team handicap rules, setting the point rules for PowerPoint and Stapleford events, and setting default system configuration values. Let's look at how we set up an event. To set up an event, simply press the Event Setup button and go to the Event Setup screen. To create a new event, press the Create button, enter the information on the basic event setup screen, save that information, and then proceed to set up information about the tees on which you wish to play, the flights that you are going to divide your field into, and any information about the sponsors and prizes which you intend to give out during your event. Once you have set up your event, you can begin to register your players. That is done through the player registration window. The system will ask you to identify the event in which you're going to register your players, press OK, and your registration window will be provided. To register a player, simply click on a player from the existing database, click Register Player, fill in the various information that is required, and save the registration. If the player does not exist in the database, you have the option of just adding the player on the fly, or going to the player database and adding all the detailed information for that specific player. Once player registration is complete, and if you are running a team event, the system will help you set up your teams. Again, the system prompts for the event that you are going to be setting up teams for, and will provide you with a window where you have a list of players who are not currently on a team. To build a team, simply drag a player from the top window into the bottom. It will create a new team number. Just pull the rest of the players down, and you now have just created a new team for your event. Now that your teams are set up, you can proceed with the draw. The system will prompt you again for the specific event and for the round number for the draw you're going to set up. In this case, we're doing a draw for the Peoria for the scramble, and we're going to do an auto draw. Note that the list is sorted by team number, and when we auto draw, the tees will be set up so that all members of a specific team will be in the same group. Let's look at how we record the scores for our players. We will select a specific event, we will select the round number, and we will be presented with a scoring window. As we can see now, Team McCooey, we have entered their scores, and there's a note saying that we have used the Peoria handicapping method. If we were to enter scores for a different type of event, such as an open, which is individual play, you will see that the scoring window looks quite different. its individual scores, and an indication of the net scores should this be a net tournament. Another useful feature of the system is the ability to reflight your field. This can be done at any point once registration is complete and can be done based on a number of different items. You can reflight by index, you can reflight during the play of an event by gross score or by net score, or you can reflight your field by age. Let's look at the prize assignment function. Press the prize assignment button, select your event, and the system will present you with the standings both in gross order and in net order. Simply drag and drop from each side to select, on an elimination basis, the players to which you are going to give your prizes. The last feature that we shall look at in our quick tour is the reporting feature. Simply select the Reports button and select from a list of built-in reports that the system provides. And in this case, we'll select the event register. We'll select the event that we want to look at and press the OK button. The report is given in a preview window. We can scroll forwards and backwards. We can print the report. We can save the report in an Excel spreadsheet or similar object, or we can view it in full preview mode. There are a large number of reports that we can select from that are built in, and you can print any report at any time once the processing for that particular event is finished. Here we're selecting scorecard labels and presenting them, and we can print those onto standard Avery labels and attach them to our scorecards for our event. That concludes our quick tour of Golf Master 2001. We want to thank you for taking your time to follow us through our tour. Should you have any questions, we would be delighted to hear from you. Just send us an email. In the meantime, have a great year and good golfing.